Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Taranis Q X7S. So, previously on the channel I reviewed the original X7 and I really liked it. It's a really cheap way to get yourself bound to any of the Frsky receivers out there. So you might be wondering, why should you get this upgraded model? Now, looking at the price, it's definitely a heftier price tag than the original. So at the making of this video, the original is sitting at around £85, which is a great price, whereas this upgraded model is around £150. And you might be thinking, well, I can get an original X9D for that price, and you'd be right. The X9D also has more switches and it's got a bigger screen and it's expandable, so you can add even more switches, like I have here with this 6-position switch for Pixhawk. The X7S has the same number of switches as before, and it's still missing sliders, which of course the X9D has as well. But I do think there is a market for this package, and let me explain why. Now, you will see a lot of people have upgraded their X9Ds with Hall effect gimbals like I have done here. In fact, a lot of people upgraded their X7 radios with the M7 Hall effect gimbals, and those cost around £40, and of course you have to fit them yourself. The original X7 didn't come with a battery either, so you would either have to stick a load of AA's in there, which isn't ideal, or you would go and buy one of the many LiPos now available, which of course needs a separate charger for it as well. So this upgraded version of the X7 comes with its own battery, albeit 6 NiCads in series. It's still better than nothing at all. You are also given a charger to charge either the included battery or an equivalent 2S LiPo via this balance port here, and there's a switch on there to switch between the two. Now, I know some of you will be thinking, well, if you're investing in Frsky, then you most likely already have a LiPo charger and none of that matters to you, which is fair enough. You have other options. But now, if we take the price of the old model and add on Hall effect gimbals and the same battery, which costs about £11, and then we have the charger, which sits at about £14, and then the DC adapter, which is £4, and then we have this really nice case that it comes in as well, and that's currently not available as a spare part, but it's pretty much the same as the Taranis version, and that costs £23. Then that price comes to £175. So when you add it all up, then this package is worth the money. And of course, there are a couple of added features to this model over the original as well, such as a wireless Bluetooth trainer option, which in all honesty I don't think many people will use, but it can also be used to output telemetry to your phone, which might be more attractive to you. But the app only supports iOS at the making of this video, so you need to bear that in mind. So for a fair comparison of this package against the X9D, you might want to look at the Deluxe version of the X9D that Banggood sells. It's about £193, and it's pretty much the same package as this with the Hall sensor gimbals and the case. You can also choose different skins, which is quite nice, and I think the X7S is going to be available with different skins. There's at least a carbon fibre skin listed in the coming soon status at the moment. So as for other things, you get these gimbal protectors, which are really nice for transportation. You also get the standard neck strap and a manual and a load of stickers. Now, this one has come in mode 2, and I might actually keep it like that. I fly mode 1 myself, but for practice I might keep it like this. But of course you can take the back off and switch it to whatever mode you like. It's just 4 screws on the back now, so you don't have to remove the grips, which is nice. The sticks have a really nice feel to them. The X9D tends to stab you in the thumbs if you're a thumber, but these are really soft, but they are also providing a ton of grip, which I really like. Now, this handset came from Banggood, and it's shipped as the international version, which is interesting because there's no EU LBT version that you can select when you buy this thing. Anyways, moving on to the underneath, and we now have an S port, which is great for flashing the firmware of receivers, although I believe the older model now ships with that too. I've heard reports of that. And then we have the micro SD card slot, and this is a bit of a pain. You aren't given an SD card with it, whereas I did get that with the X9D. Then next to that we have the USB port, which acts as a joystick when plugged into a computer, so you can fly your favourite simulator, and of course you can update the firmware through here as well. So speaking of the firmware, this one came with OpenTX version 2.2, and some of you TBS Crossfire guys might be wondering if the inverter issue has been fixed with this updated model, and I'm sad to say that it has not. So if you are a Crossfire guy, then you might want to stick with the X9D to avoid any complications with that. And just on a personal note for me, I like this package, but I can't help but think if they had thrown in the same number of switches as the X9D and the sliders, then this would be a complete winner. But that might make the X9D obsolete, which I don't think Frsky want to happen, as I imagine it's a very good seller for them. So I don't think we're going to see that go out of production anytime soon, but who knows, because they've got the X10 that they've released, but that one's a little bit out of my budget, and it doesn't have a removable battery, which is a bit of a deal breaker for me. So I think I will stick to these less expensive models for now. So there you go, that is my take on the Frsky Q X7S. I do think it's a worthy package, and if you are thinking of going down the X9D route instead, then it's definitely worth considering the deluxe version of that to save you some time and money in the long run. I'll put a link in the description to all of the products mentioned in this video, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.